Wow. Okay, you guys have really outdone yourselves this time sending this in.
Yeah,
This is some pretty intense stuff.
absolutely.
Raw footage from a Russian news broadcast,
Hmm.
apparently tied to that incident near Gatwick Airport.
It is, yeah. This is not just any old news clip.
Right.
This looks like it's a statement straight from the Russian Ministry of Defense.
Yeah, and we don't usually dive into raw footage like this for these deep dives,
Right.
but that's kind of the beauty of it, right?
That's true.
We never know what we're going to find or where we'll end up.
Yeah, exactly.
So, just to get everyone up to speed, we're talking about that reported blast near the U.S. Embassy at Gatwick Airport,
Right.
which of course has put everyone in London on edge, understandably.
It's a tense situation for sure, and because of that, and where this information's coming from, it's
Yeah.
even more important to be careful, you know?
Mm,
Analyze what they're saying, how they're saying it, and what it could all mean.
right, yeah, absolutely.
Big picture stuff.
Okay, so let's get right into this Russian statement.
Okay.
They're claiming they were behind what they call a combined strike
Mm-hmm.
on a Ukrainian military facility, and they're saying it was retaliation for the U.S. and the U.K. giving long-range weapons to Ukraine.
Okay, so that's a pretty big deal right there, wouldn't you say?
I would say.
Because now they're connecting this supposed attack at Gatwick to
Right.
what's going on in Ukraine,
Right.
and that could mean things are about to get even worse.
Yeah.
That term combined strike is interesting too.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Well, it sounds like they're talking about a coordinated attack,
Mm.
using different kinds of forces all at once,
Mm.
which could mean they've been planning this for a while,
Yeah.
and that's a little worrying.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so then it gets even more intense and frankly a bit scary
Yeah.
when they straight up threaten to use weapons against any country that helps Ukraine out with military aid.
Yeah, that's the part that really caught my attention, too. Yeah. It's like they're sending a message, not just to the UK and US.
That's right. This isn't just about those two countries. It's a warning to anyone who might even think about supporting Ukraine's military.
Exactly.
It's a pretty blatant attempt to scare everyone off.
It is.
The big question is, what weapons are they actually talking about?
Yeah. And what could that mean for, the bigger picture, global security and all that?
Right, it's a lot to unpack.
Well, they do mention testing a new hypersonic missile system during this alleged attack.
Right, they did.
And I've done a little reading up on these hypersonic missiles, and let me tell you, they're not messing around.
No, they're not. These things are incredibly fast.
Like how fast?
We're talking faster than Mach 5.
Wow, that's like
It's incredibly difficult, almost impossible to even track them, let alone stop them.
right.
If what they're saying is true, this changes everything.
Yeah.
It could completely upset the balance of power,
Hmm.
make it that much harder to prevent, someone from attacking.
Right.
Because who can stop them?
Right. It's a huge concern.
Okay, but then there's this other part of the footage that I just can't wrap my head around.
What's that?
It's these weird English phrases that keep popping up throughout the whole thing. Words like backdrop, priority, bombing. It
Yeah.
almost feels like someone was trying to, mess with the message or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely strange.
Right.
There are a few possibilities. One is that it's intentional interference.
Professional?
Yeah, like maybe someone tried to hack the broadcast,
Hack it. To do what?
make it look bad, discredit it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could just be a technical glitch. Something went wrong with the translation or the feed.
Wow. I hadn't even considered the hacking angle.
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
If someone was deliberately trying to sabotage the broadcast,
Mm-hmm.
it could be an attempt to, stir up trouble, change the way people see the conflict,
Mm-hmm.
or even just make things seem more chaotic and unpredictable to escalate tensions.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary thought.
So, looking at all of this together, what do you think it means for Ukraine and for global security?
Well, it shows just how unstable things are right now in geopolitics.
Right.
And it highlights the risk of this conflict escalating even further.
Yeah.
Russia coming out and making such a bold statement.
Right?
Plus, their claim about these hypersonic missiles, it really raises the stakes.
It's like everyone's on edge, waiting to see what happens next.
Exactly. The situation is changing all the time, and there's a lot we don't know.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, what we're seeing here could change the entire course of the war in Ukraine.
Mm.
And it could have huge consequences for international relations across the board.
It's a lot to take in.
It is.
We've uncovered a lot today.
We have.
But one question I keep coming back to, if Russia's willing to go this far to make a threat like this, what else are they capable of doing?
It's a chilling thought for sure.
It is.
And it's something we all need to think about.
Yeah, it really drives home the point that what happens in one part of the world can affect us all.
Absolutely. We live in a very connected world. Regional conflicts can have global consequences. Staying informed and engaged is more important than ever, as is understanding how all these different factors play into these situations.
Well said.
Thank you.
Okay, wow, that was a lot to process.
It was.
But I think we covered some important ground today.
Absolutely.
Big thanks to you, of course, for lending your expertise.
Always a pleasure.
And to all of you listening, keep those questions and those source tips coming. You never know where they might lead us.
That's right.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.
See you then now.